Dave said they put you in there with the plan for you to close it out. What'd you think about being able to go the last 3 innings, and kind of what was your mindset on that?
Yeah, it was great. It's something I've been working for a long time, and my name got called, and I was ready to step up and do my job. But yeah, I knew once we got those runs that I could keep them. I could keep them away, and I could do my job and get us the win right there, and not let them score. And yeah, I knew I could do it.
And how about those catches your outfielders made for you in the ninth? What'd you think of those plays?
Oh, they really came to play today, and I wouldn't have done it without them, honestly. Like that play Wagner made was great, and then Borfin back at the wall, and then Josenberger back at the wall as well. Like those guys weren't backing down easy, and they put up a fight. But our defense, they came to play, and that's a big reason we ended up getting this series win.
And Caleb, you guys, 8 hits, not a ton, but timely hits. Obviously, your home run was a timely hit. Two out hits with guys on. Just what'd you think of the hitting approach today?
The approach could have been better, but at the same time, we did enough to score enough runs at the time that we needed them. We scored more than them. So at the end of the day, I think it was a successful day on offense. We got some big hits and big spots that we needed them. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Andrew Ellis.
Yeah, Gage, when you think back to, your mentality coming into that first outing of the year compared to how you feel now when you're out there pitching, just what's the difference between your confidence level and just how comfortable you feel in these big moments?
Yeah, it really just goes back to really just finding like a switch in my head to where like I turn it on, and like I have to know that I'm the guy and that I can get the job done, instead of going out there like wondering as a young freshman. Like I really just have to know that I can do it, and that I'm the man for the job, and that I'm going to go out there and do it. So once I really figured that out and developed kind of like almost like a killer instinct, me and Coach Hobbs talked about it here a couple months back. And then once I started doing that, it's helped some tremendously.
And Caleb, for you, I feel like these last 2 weekends have been really the first time that you've been able to play every day and kind of get a rhythm where you're in the lineup every time. You don't have to check the card to see if you're in there. And obviously the results have been good. Just how good does it feel to feel like you can string hits together and, get a rhythm at the plate when you're playing every day?
Yeah, it feels awesome. Obviously, playing every day or not, I'm just trying to be ready whenever my name's called. I'm just trying to do enough to, win ball games for this team. It feels good to be in the lineup, obviously, these past 2 weekends, because I feel like, I've contributed to, some wins that we've gotten. And obviously that feels great. Just trying to, stay on this uphill battle with, everything we got going on. But, feel good right now. So.
Coach.
Gage, what was working for you specifically today, and did you do anything differently those last 2 innings? So you did give up a couple of hits your first inning out there, but then not much the last two.
So it was my fastball, slider, and curveball was all working today. And I came in and I put a guy on, which you can't give them free bases, especially teams like this in this league. And I just got sharper as I went. I started getting ahead. I wasn't giving guys free bases, and I was executing pitches better and just doing a better job in all. They got some hard hits, but my defense, without them, like that could have been a totally different ball game.
And Caleb, what were you looking for, and what did you get on the leadoff home run you had in the third?
I was just trying to be fastball efficient against that guy. Just trying to lay off off the breaking balls. Luckily he gave me one that over enough the plate, and I put a good swing on it.
Robert.
Caleb, on the play where you threw the guy out at second, can you walk us through what you saw on it?
Yeah, obviously, being a third, I have a decent visual of the rest of the field. The ball was coming in from Josenberger, and from the feeling that I just got, just baseball timing, I knew he was going to be safe there. And then I saw, the kind of powder blue jersey running to second base. So it was a key thing through my eye, and I just, tried to get as quick as I can and let go of it. And Stove made a good tag.
And then when you scored there in the fifth, you got to third on the error by Gonzalez. I'm curious what that read was like for you, going from second to third.
Honestly, I'm still not. I don't even think it was the right read. I just thank God it worked out. But the at bat before, he was kind of playing more behind me, and I just hadn't really checked and turned around. He had shifted over a bit more when Bolton came up. John kind of hit it a little hard towards the hole, and just instincts wise, I just tried to run as fast as I could and got there, and he ended up bobbling it. So.
Bob,
Yeah, for both guys. I mean, these SEC series wins are big, especially on the road. And Ole Miss had their back against the wall. They really needed to win, and you guys took care of them. Just how big is it to win the series? What does it mean to you guys? And I think with LSU's game getting canceled, I think you guys are in first place by half a game.
Obviously it's big for the momentum going into the next weekend. It's good for the team morale. Everyone's good in this league, and we've kind of figured that out pretty quickly. But other than that, I just think it's just good for us, win this series going into a really big one next weekend.
Yeah, I totally agree with him. I really feel like this is gonna keep us going in the right direction and really motivate us to come back and do the same thing next weekend against Tennessee.
What do you guys think of McIntyre? I know he'd been coming off the flu and looked like a pretty good performance by him. I'm sure he would like to go a little deeper, but I think Dave was pretty happy. What was the feeling in the dugout about what McIntyre did today?
Yeah, he did a really good job. He gave us 4 really, really, really good innings. Obviously, he was sick. Everyone kind of knew that. And, I think just coach just thought that he was, getting a little bit fatigued because, he had been dealing with a bunch of stuff, and, it was good to mix it up there. So I think McIntyre did a really good job.
Yeah, going to what he said, he did a really good job of keeping them down and keeping us ahead. And that really helped us a lot, him coming off of sickness and battling like he did and really being efficient and getting ahead of hitters. And it was great what he did.
And Gage, I guess we don't know what's going to happen whenever Brady comes back, but do you feel like you're the closer now, or just how do you feel about that role? That's a pretty crucial role on an SEC team.
I feel like we can both do it. I mean, I've proved that I can do it. He's proved that he can do it. I mean, he's done it more, but I feel like with me and him back in the pen, then if we have a run ball game, I feel like that the Hogs are going to win.
Thanks.
Daniel, last question. We're done here.
Yeah, Gage, you mentioned earlier that you had your off-speed stuff working today. It looked like it was a bit more of a mix today. Is that something that you and the coaches have kind of developed over time and something you feel more comfortable with?
Yes, there for a little bit, all I had was fastball, curveball, and it was kind of hard to like really get a whole bunch of swings and misses after everyone had already like seen it and scouted it of what it was like. And I lost my slider a little bit, and then once we got it back on track, we watched film about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks. We were watching film, and we really talked about getting that slider working. And I can think of many times a day where I used that slider and I got swings and misses, and I even struck out their best hitter, in my opinion.